Hey everyone, welcome to Tech Talk Sports, an official podcast of Technician, NC State student newspaper. Plenty to discuss this week, including March Madness. It's approaching on the horizon. Be ready. Wrestling and swimming ACC championships. Gunner Rivers. I'm Daniel Suzanne. Next to me, Connor Vandermark. We're joined here by a new member, assistant sports editor Brennan Weiss. Say hello.
Hello.
Tech Talk was written to you by Technician, NC State student newspaper. Check us up on the web at technicianonline.com, Instagram at NCSU Technician, at Tech Sports on X, and as always, you can pick up a copy of the print on the stands every Thursday. All right, let's get started. Men's basketball versus Virginia. You know, what a shellacking, what a sad performance from NC State. 90-61 Tuesday night. It was that was brutal stuff, and just like the previous game against Virginia, the Wolfpack was never really in it, and pretty concerning as far as March Madness and ACC standings go. Another blowout loss on the road against a solid team. I mean, they started out in the ACC 6-0 on the road, but at this point they've got anybody who they faced that's been fairly decent. It's been a blowout, so a little concerning. What are your comments on that, Connor and Brennan, specifically also about the SMU game? What worked for that game specifically for the Pack to win that, because that was the other game against solid comp.
Well, I think number one, I think the issue is, and it's something we were talking about earlier in the season, NC State still doesn't have signature wins. The win at Clemson was good. The win at SMU was good, given SMU wasn't ranked at the time. Yeah. Clemson was. But outside of those two, I mean, sure, they beat, what was UNC at the time, number 16, I believe? Like number 16.
We beat UNC.
That will always have an asterisk on it because, I mean, they were missing their two best players. So they are still missing that key win. They have an opportunity to go in and get that key win. Lose by what, 29? Something like
30.
that?
I was thinking 30.
29.
29, buddy.
Oh, I'm talking about our next key win opportunity.
Against Duke?
Duke.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
We'll be there.
To be fair, on that Tuesday night, I was celebrating, as if we beat, a dominant force in UNC. But let's be real, they were handicapped. So
yeah, I mean, could they still beat them with Caleb Wilson and Henry Visar?
Sure, maybe.
Probably won't know. I would love to see a rematch in the
Yeah.
ACC tournament. There's a lot building up there. I'd love to see it. But in terms of that SMU game, I mean, there's two words as to why the SMU game was so much different. Quadir Copeland. 19 assists in that game. Quadir Copeland made up 16 of them, didn't have a single turnover. You look at the game against Virginia, they shut him down. He had 3 points on 20% shooting, 1 board, 5 assists, and 2 turnovers. He just wasn't his usual self. He's been playing at an all-conference level this entire season and wasn't there.
Yeah.
I think Virginia's just like a bad matchup for NC State.
That's what I was thinking as well.
They're bigger than NC State at almost all of the positions. I mean, you look at, like, they're playing Sam Lewis as a 3. He's like 6'7", big. Sometimes we have Matt Abel on him, who's tall, but, he's not big yet.
Yeah, he's not big.
But
also, you look at the SMU win. They should have lost that game. You know what I mean? Quadir Copeland missed those free throws, and then it took him a miraculous stop of Boopy Miller by Trey Holloman, which, we probably didn't think he had that in him. Let's be real. Watching the rest of his defense throughout the year to get that stop and win the game, that was a coin flip of a final play, and
they could have called a foul there.
Yeah,
I thought they were,
and then
going
we probably would have lost the game.
Yeah,
that would have been.
But I think another big issue with this NC State team is their front court. Darian Williams, obviously, off and on all season. At the end of the day, he's an undersized 4.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, Van Allen Lubin's an undersized 5.
Yeah.
You go to the bench, you've got Moussa Sanya. He's not
ready.
Everything that Wade thought he was going to be. No. He was very excited about him preseason.
Yeah.
Kind of has not lived up to those expectations. Could he eventually?
In the
Absolutely.
future, definitely.
But there's also a huge difference between, European basketball and American basketball. At the end of the day, American basketball, it's got its own style.
What do you say?
Well, in European basketball, I feel like they're a little more physical. The goaltending rules there are different. Yep. When you can, once the ball. I'm sitting here. I'm just staring at Virginia's bigs and Johan Grunlow and
The Twin
Ugano
Towers.
and Yenso, they had 12 blocks combined. I mean,
Jeez.
Musa, 9 minutes, 0 points. Ven, 33 minutes, 11 points. He was 4 of 10. Ven's been pretty consistent this season, but at the end of the day, he's, 6'9", 6'10"?
Yeah.
Like, we don't have a big man.
He cooked Zayden high, but even then, he
Zayden
didn't
High
really
cooks
cook
himself.
Yeah. Well, all right. Let's
It
get
also,
into
also wasn't cooked. I think Zayden High did technically
Zayden High
outperform him.
played
Yeah,
pretty
fair.
well. That
All
game.
right.
But
Either way, another Tobacco Road rival here coming up soon. Number 1 Duke. Anything can happen in this kind of game, but you know what needs to happen, because you got Cam Boozer,
a miracle.
A miracle.
you got Isaiah Evans, great from 3-point range, and just a deep Duke team that also just outmatches NC State at most positions.
I don't know, man. I was watching that game Saturday night when they were the number 3 team playing against number 1 Michigan, and it wasn't a stomping, but they looked confident. Like, I think Duke could beat any single
Anybody.
team in the country. I think they, at this point, yes, they're the number 1. They're my title favorites. I mean,
I think they are second, officially
Who's won?
speaking.
Michigan or Arizona, maybe.
Michigan.
They beat Michigan.
Right. So I
Head to
mean,
head.
it's just yes, NC State has played pretty good in Lenovo up to this point, minus that.
Has NC State?
I
played
guess
pretty good in
there's the Georgia Tech game, which I think we've proven at this point was an outlier, and then there's the Virginia game, but we've also established that.
Think about the Miami.
The
game.
Miami game was
It's
not a
such
good
a
game.
choke.
I forgot
I mean,
about that.
They,
Oh my god,
they
I
should
feel-
have won that game.
I think I trauma blocked that out of my mind.
But a lot of that offense was just Paul McNeil hitting a big time shot, no
Yeah.
movement,
At the same
and
time,
they still
though,
should have won that game,
Yeah.
and they still let it.
they
slip
were
away.
good for 39 minutes, but unfortunately, basketball is a 40-minute game.
I think they were fine for 40 minutes,
True.
for 39 minutes.
They were good enough to win.
Yeah.
For 39 minutes.
They were good enough to
and
win.
then they were so catastrophically bad in the final, minute and 7 seconds.
Yep.
That
Also, was it a foul?
They were definitely not the benefactor of any officiating
Yeah.
in that game.
Compared to the
When are
SMU
they
game.
ever?
No, they're rarely.
it doesn't happen
If
often,
they were
but,
maybe the slight benefactor of any officiating,
I mean, look,
obviously when the margins are that thin.
I'm still looking back at that Virginia game. I mean, I love Paul McNeil, but he should not be the guy taking the most shots on the team, and he especially should not be taking 16 shots.
Should he not be the guy taking the most shots on the team?
When you have Darian Williams and Quadir Copeland on your team, no.
I mean, in the Virginia game.
That's like saying Klay Thompson should be taking the most shots on the team.
In the Virginia game, when you have Quadir
Okay, well,
Copeland
when you're
not
down-
able to,
When you're down 20 points for the entire game, I guess it's a little different. You need the threes, and that's the guy to go to for threes. But still, it doesn't sit right with me. 3 of 12 from 3.
I mean, the
Tough.
thing is that a lot of the time when the offense isn't working, they just give the ball to Paul McNeil.
Yeah,
and
I mean, he
shoots.
very much is like a volume guy, like
Yeah.
kind of like how James Harden was, like in his prime of his career. In the sense,
James Harden.
not saying he's like prime James Harden, but in the sense that he needs to put up a lot of shots in order to get those good games.
Imagine if Terquavion Smith was on this team. Would
miss-
he be?
I
Would he
miss
be in a
Baby T.
similar role as Paul McNeil?
Yes,
Possibly.
because of Quadir Copeland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have Quadir Copeland, that's a whole other story altogether. But
Yeah.
I think we've established at this point that the entire offense should be run through Quadir Copeland. I don't think it's even a question at this point. So he should be the primary ball handler for almost every possession. And then he chooses, go to Paul in the corner, go to Darian in the post, or let's get a pick and roll going with Ven. Like, it's got to be one of those.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk women's basketball, because we got senior night, or I guess it would be senior night, but there's no seniors tonight versus Wake Forest.
Senior night for myself. It'll be my last game in Reynolds.
Oh,
Very
There
sad
you go.
about
Congratulations.
that. But, women's basketball has been by far my favorite sport to cover in my time at Technician. There's something about Reynolds Coliseum, dude. I mean, it is magical.
It's special.
They pack out every single
Yeah.
time. It doesn't
Pack
matter who
out.
they play.
Nice pun. All right.
It doesn't matter who they play. It's just one of the best environments I've ever been. It's probably the best environment I've ever been in. And yes, I've been to Cameron, but
for men's basketball.
I went for women's. That's
Okay.
the thing. They
It's
did not.
different.
They did not
They
pack
don't-
out
they
the
don't
stadium
pack out their women's
for
games.
Cameron or
Yeah.
for women's. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think it's same issue with women's basketball. Aside from that win against number 8 Tennessee, it was the first game of the season. They also don't have a statement win. They also don't have any crazy bad loss. There's the Rhode Island loss that was pretty bad, but other than that, like they're just kind of there. Like they always make it so that they'll get a chance at that game-winning shot against USC, against Louisville, against North Carolina, but it just never falls.
Yeah.
And the Duke game, Duke was concerning too. Duke just kind of start to finish boat raced them.
Yeah.
There was a chance in the third quarter where they looked good, and then they came out the fourth quarter and scored 27 points. Like,
I don't know. I think Duke is the only team in the conference you would be confident that would beat NC State. I think NC State can beat anyone else in the conference. I think if they win this game tonight, they win their next game, they'd have the double bye in the tournament.
I don't know if that's guaranteed.
No, they have Virginia.
Virginia and Syracuse are the two that are
Syracuse.
vying for that 4.
Virginia has to play North Carolina,
And you know who
And-
Syracuse has to play?
and Syracuse has to play Notre Dame.
There we go.
So
Somebody read my article.
I did not read your article.
I hate this guy.
actually. I just
All right.
pay attention sometimes.
Well, we'll find out what happens in a few weeks here.
Yeah.
You know, when they head down to Atlanta for the ACC tournament.
I think the reality of the situation is this: it's not the same team that we've seen
No.
in the last couple years. You know, and obviously a big part of that is Azaya and Sanaya and Maddie Hayes all leaving, but it's just something about the composition of this team.
It's missing a
leader.
I was going to say we're missing another big player in the rotation.
They need bench. They need bench depth.
Yeah.
There's no bench depth. I said it 2 weeks ago, and I'll say it today.
Yeah.
There's no bench depth at all.
Yeah. Should we get back to Gunnar Rivers?
Gunnar Rivers. Yeah, Gunnar Rivers.
Pretty big recruit, but let's be real. What do we really know about this kid other than that his dad is Phillip Rivers? I mean, that pulls a lot of weight. He's a solid recruit, but 2027 recruit. You know, I don't know how much high school tape you've watched, but I haven't watched any. So I've seen that one clip where he kind of throws it sidearm.
Like his dad, yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, so it's cool, but you know, that's a future me excitement type of thing.
Legacy recruits are always fun, and at the
Yeah.
end of the day, Phillip Rivers is probably the best player to ever come out of NC State. You can make an argument for Russell Wilson.
You
with
can make an argument.
the Super Bowl and all that,
Russell
whatever. But
Wilson.
then also, you know, he transferred, and so people
That's true.
drop him in the list because of that. Phil stayed the whole time. I mean, he was the quarterback when NC State had its last 10-win season. So
Yeah.
it was 2003. I wasn't even alive.
Yeah.
So
It's been a while. All right, let's get into baseball. Big game coming up on Tuesday, number 9 Coastal Carolina midweek at 3 p.m. here at the Doak. Pretty exciting stuff. You know, they've been just beating the brakes off of teams lately. You know, I think the differential is 62-5 in the last 4 games. Somehow they got shut out by Princeton and lost that game, so they're 3-1 in that stretch. But still, through 8 games, plus 81 run differential, third in team ERA. They've been solid, but we haven't really seen them in action against a real tough team. I mean, Washington was solid, I guess. You know, you don't really know if they're solid yet. They're a Power 5 team or a Power 4 team. But we'll find out on Tuesday, I guess. I'll be there for that, so I'm pretty excited.
those in-state matchups are always good. It doesn't matter if they're playing Duke or Carolina or
ECU.
ECU, Coastal. I mean, it will always be a shootout no matter what. It don't matter where the teams are ranked.
Even Campbell.
Yeah.
Even Campbell.
I mean, yeah, Campbell, what was it, 2 years ago or last year, the midweek game where it went to like 14 innings and they went through like 10 pitchers and lost.
Yeah,
That was
brutal stuff.
something.
All right. Other Olympic sports news. You got softball. They're looking good at home after a 3-7 start to the season. They played in some tough opening tournaments though, so you know, not too much of a shock. But freshman infielder Carly Short coming into her own, batting .406. You also got Lily Livingston, also freshman, playing well. So hopefully they can right the ship there. Wrestling ACC championships coming up in Blacksburg. It's really a 2-horse race. as it seems like it is every year with Virginia Tech and NC State. The last 10 ACC titles have gone to either of those two teams, 6 going to State, 4 going to Virginia Tech. But, number 16 North Carolina, number 17 Pitt, number 18 Stanford, they'll probably try to vie for the top spot. But, at this point, it seems like the Wolfpack and the Hokies are going to battle it out for that one. No, you go ahead.
I was just saying, I very much would like to see Isaac Trumbull go out, ride off into the sunset, very Peyton Manning-esque. I want to see him come back with a chip, 6th year. He's been a program-defining player, wrestler. I want to see it.
Yeah, let's see it. And then you got swimming ACC championships. Men place 3rd, women place 5th. It's solid performance. It seems like that's around where they place every year. We'll see where they end up in NCAAs.
They have some special guys on the relays.
For sure.
I mean, Quinn McCarty, Jerry Fox, Kai Winkler. I wouldn't be surprised if they made some noise at NCAAs.
Yeah, it's especially in the relays. It seems like those relays, they have them down pat. Just the depth of that squad is very impressive.
Correct me if I'm wrong, though. Doesn't Virginia kind of run
Virginia
swimming in the ACC?
Virginia women's swimming.
Cal
and women's.
Yeah.
I know there's
like 17 of the last 19 or something like that.
Yeah.
So
pretty crazy stuff.
See how it works.
All right, well, let's get to campus happenings.
Yeah.
All right, let's do campus happenings here with University News editor Ally Tennant, technician Unk, as we like to call her here in the office, senior, alongside me, Connor, and yeah, that's just us. But anyway, campus happenings. What you got for us, Ally? Start us off.
Hey, everybody.
Look closer to the mic. Yeah, you can hold it. That's fine.
Sorry, as they said, I'm Unk. I don't know how this works. So, I'm scared.
Don't be scared. Relax. It's all good.
To be clear, she is Unk because she has been with technician for, what is going on, your 4th year?
Yeah.
You've been here all 4 years?
I have been here for 4 years. I'm scared. I started here freshman year, and I had a lot of hope, and then, it just kind of diminished over the years. So we're still here, but I'm here encouraging the future generation. This is such an awkward position.
You can move it a little.
Am
Just
I
lean
allowed to
forward a
touch
little
it?
more.
Yeah, you can take it.
She's leaning sideways.
Yeah.
Unk. But yeah, so I've been here for 4 years, and a lot has changed on campus since we've been here. Fun fact, University News Editor used to not even be a title here. It used to just be news editors, but, there was just a lot going on campus that we had to talk about, right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Let's start there.
So I was going to start with some, different things that we've seen. I know that we're all seniors, but...
I'm a junior.
Oh, junior, okay.
Transfer,
okay.
though, so...
Yeah,
Transfer.
I've only been here for a year and a half, actually. So
Where did you transfer
from
from?
Virginia Tech.
Okay.
Which is a nice campus community.
Virginia
Most of the
fan,
year.
by the way.
You're nowhere close to
All
the
right,
mic.
Move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, both y'all need to lean closer.
Okay, okay. It's like we're,
It's just
sharing a
yeah, I
mic.
don't-
Brennan, tell me about yourself.
Too intimate? Okay. All right.
But, so I will say I remember being here my first year in 2022. Wow.
Yeah.
It was a long
okay.
time ago.
Okay.
I'm in the
Calm
same boat.
down.
I'm in the same
Calm down.
boat.
The construction on campus. I feel like, and you guys can disagree with me if you want, but I feel like campus culture has changed drastically, and that could also be because, we don't live on campus anymore. But since, the construction of the Brickyard, of Court of Carolina's Poe Hall, just all those things, I feel like there's not really a community on campus anymore. That you see, I'll be walking outside of, I haven't even gone to the Brickyard because it's not there. But, I'll be, walking by Court of Carolinas or something, and, no one is outside. No one's sitting there. There's no chairs there anymore.
Yeah.
So, NC State, what's up with that?
Yeah.
I think it was odd because I feel like, at least when I was a freshman or about to be a freshman, I feel like everybody made a big deal about the Brickyard.
Yes.
It's this cool spot with all these cool designs, and it's this nice open area where people can go and hang out.
Mm.
It's right near the library, and if you want, you got Chick-fil-A right there at the atrium and all that. And then what do? They rip it all up starting last year, and it's been under construction.
I have no
since.
recollection of what the Brickyard is.
Really?
Because last year was my first year.
Wow.
So,
All right, sit down, little boy, and tell you what it was.
I think I went on a tour. Was it? When did they start like tearing it down? Because I think I remember it being there.
So last year.
They started tearing it down my sophomore year, like
Yeah,
the
late
beginning of our
sophomore
sophomore year. Yeah, it was like we had it for 1 year, and then they tore it down.
It was that.
Yes, it's been that long.
I think I remember seeing it because
like
my high school went on a tour, and I was like, yeah, we went on a tour, and they had like it was like Ag Week, I think. So they had like the cows out and stuff like that.
I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and act like it was anything special. Like at
Okay.
the end of the day, it was
Just
just
a
like an
brickyard.
open area with bricks and a little bit of grass.
They had like some picnic tables.
Yeah, but I mean, like I feel like it was hyped up a lot. Like, you know, when we used to win basketball games, like back in the day,
Yes.
like people would go to the Brickyard and then go and celebrate and all that. Whatever. And now it's a ghost town, and I walk through the Brickyard every day to go to class.
Do you still have to like weave?
And
through
I have to take a new path like every single week
Yeah.
because there's always some sort of new construction, whether it's pressed all the way up to the library and I have to go up the library stairs just to go around. What is it? The Free Expression Tunnel's been blocked off for, what, year and a half?
Yeah,
Something like that.
I
It's been
mean,
insane.
I know it's just the Brickyard. It's just a fun little place. You didn't even really stop there when you like walked through it, but it's still like the traditions and the values that it held. Like, I mean, we're all paying or putting some sort of effort to be here at college, you know. What even happened to people taking the bricks anymore? Like, yeah. What
Okay.
happened to the bricks?
Well, you remember when they like gave a bunch of them out?
Yes.
And they don't really do that. I feel like
Yeah.
our like campus traditions have eroded a little bit.
They have completely gone away, and that, again, I don't live on campus anymore, so that could be why. But even when I talk to, you know, my writers or someone who is a freshman or something, I'm like, oh, what did you go do? Did you go rush the bell tower after like a basketball win? No, we don't even do that anymore. Like,
So I was going to tie it back to sports, so it's perfect that you said that. I feel like another issue like with the erosion of campus culture is the fact that our two of our biggest teams in football and men's basketball play a mile and a half off campus.
Yep.
I mean, getting to those games is horrible, right? And at the end of the day, everybody just wants to get out. There's no celebrating at the bell tower. There's no celebrating at the Brickyard because there's not a Brickyard.
And you're in traffic for like an hour
Exactly.
and you can't get back there in time.
well, the history actually surrounding the Brickyard is that during like the 80s, there used to be a bunch of bars on Hillsborough Street. So if you weren't able to go to a basketball game or a football game when they were closer to campus, you would go to the bars and then you would run to the Brickyard because that was like a big meeting area. But when people started rushing the bell tower during the Final Four,
Amazing time.
What?
it's like hearing an X. It's just so beautiful for the Final Four. But when you're rushing the bell tower, it's like you're in that big intersection by the roundabout. You know, you're off the edge of campus, and it's more controversial to rush there with free flow traffic versus when you're on the Brickyard and you're in the middle of NC State's campus.
It really is like in the corner of campus too.
Yeah.
Like you cross the street, all of a sudden you're gone.
If you live in like Lee or Sullivan, it's like a 20-minute walk.
Dude,
You know?
yes.
I forgot those existed.
That's where Sullivan's where I stayed, and I actually did end
I'm
up
sorry.
taking. Yeah, it was horrible, but I did end up having a break because like there was some uneven pavement stuff that was just all loose, and they were tearing it down anyway. So I did end up having that tradition at least of taking a break. But like, anytime people wanted to go to the bell tower or something, everybody around like West Campus and just University College were like, all right, yeah, let's go. Especially if it was like for basketball, it's like colder weather, so it's like
Every single
30-minute walk down like 40-degree weather, 30 degrees.
Well, all of the dorms are, you know, like you said, West Campus. So then you're expected to trek all the way to the northeast corner of campus. Which, don't get me wrong, like the bell tower is cool, right? I love the light it red tradition. And I mean, at the Final Four, that was
really
second to none.
Did
That's
you ever get to go to that?
probably my
Loser.
one of my
Loser.
probably one of my favorite memories on campus. But like, it was a lot to get there. Like,
Yeah, I remember. Never mind.
What do you remember?
Not for air.
Not for air. Never mind.
Fair enough.
I just remember me and my friends would go to some really extreme lengths to be at the bell tower on the Final Four. But we were there safely. No
There
one
you
was
go.
hurt.
No one was hurt.
No one was hurt.
what that mean?
Nothing.
What
It means nothing.
All right, what do you think is the solution here? Just
A
stop doing
solution.
construction?
I mean, you can't really stop construction on campus. Since I've been in this position, like, every year some person on campus or a writer will be like, oh my god, we need to talk about construction. They're doing this part. They're doing this part. I mean, NC State is one of the largest universities, not even in North Carolina, but on the East Coast. So,
in the
like,
country.
yeah,
In the world.
In the world. It's the biggest thing ever. But, like, you can't stop the expansion toward it, especially with the goal that I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure it was Chancellor Woodson who put this in place with the campus plan to, like, improve campus for the next, like, 15 years.
The master plan.
The master plan. So, you know, yes, it's like, how do I put this? You know, like, when you're starting at the bottom and you just have to, like, I think NC State is just entering, like, a new trajectory of what they are going to be as a campus as a whole. But to do that, they are having to rip out traditions and rip out places that mean a lot to people just to restart it. And do I think it's necessarily a bad thing? Kind of. Like, you know, when you're looking at expanding and building a new building on campus that's all glass versus when you have students in the CHAS departments who are in Winston, Caldwell, what's the other one over there? Winston, Caldwell, Tompkins. I'm an English major, I should know that. You know, they're all in there and classrooms smell like mildew. There's no, the technology doesn't work. The infrastructure is from the 80s. Like, the building is genuinely, like, falling apart. No hate on my girl Caldwell, though, because she's beautiful. But, you know...
Dude, yeah, Centennial's great.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it is, like, it's a story of two campuses.
No.
And it will continue to be. Because you have all of these new buildings that are just, like, awesome. I mean, no complaints whatsoever. And then you have these buildings that are really old with mildewy classrooms.
Yeah, but that's the tradition.
That's the tradition.
You know, do you want to rip it up?
Or is it... Never mind. I feel like that might be too controversial for this podcast.
What is so controversial?
I mean, NC State is a very STEM school, but sometimes I feel like they just might bat an eye at the humanities sometimes. Yeah. And I mean that... Sometimes. Not all the time, you know. But that doesn't mean that the humanities department here at NC State does not hold good opportunities for people. But that's just my beef with NC State right now.
Yes.
I mean, I remember I'm a history major, and I took a early modern...
I thought you were an English major.
I'm a double major.
Oh.
Yeah. There's a thing, you know, you could do, like, two at once.
Sure.
Clock it.
Right, clock it.
Sure.
But, like, I had an early modern French history class talking about, like, Joan of Arc. You guys want to know where this class was?
Where was this class?
This class was by the nuclear reactor in the nuclear building on main campus.
Yeah.
And I remember I had this poor little... Love you, Dr. Loria. If you're watching, you're probably not. I remember he would be so scared because, like, obviously, yes, the nuclear reactor is not going to explode on us, but...
It's not.
Thank you. But, you know, he was always like, well, guys, you know, class could be cut short today or something like it wouldn't actually. Cut that out. But, yeah, it's just, you know, they're making these spaces. And do you guys even know what classes are going to go in that new building?
No.
In
STEM classes?
In the
I think it's more sciences.
Most of that building is meant to be biology and chem, from what I remember.
Yeah. Maybe I'm just biased here, but, like, why am I having my history classes in the nuclear building, in the theater building, in other various spaces on campus? Why...
I feel like the mentality is like all the STEM-based classes, they need better equipment to actually run their stuff probably, and they're just assuming like, oh, well, all I need to do in this room is a lecture. We don't need to update it. Just sit in the chairs that are there and stuff. So
you also have to factor in, though, that an entire building's worth of classes had to get moved because of choices.
Are we allowed to talk about that here?
Go for it.
Oh, sure.
It happened.
Are we allowed to?
Go for it.
Yeah.
It's a thing that happened.
It was a thing that happened. Very recent news, NC State is getting sued by 4 different people from Poe Hall in exposure to asbestos, which can cause cancer-like symptoms or cancer itself. So I don't know if you guys ever got displaced during Poe Hall, but I actually had a class in there my freshman year. I'm fine, you know.
Okay?
Yeah, I did too, actually.
I'm fine. Yeah, see?
I had 2 in our freshman year.
But no one is talking about it, and the only thing that you'll see people covering, it's a lot of fear mongering things, and that's like what I try not to cover here at, like, you know, NC State, like making people scared about what people don't really talk about. But I mean, why aren't we addressing that? Why are we just building a new building and slapping the face on all these problems on campus that, you know, genuine, not just me because I'm a yapper, but other students part of different communities have come to me and complained about or asked if we could write a story on? Why are we not accessing those, you know? Yeah. Why are we just building new buildings and taking away traditions and making everything sad?
Yep. Construction.
Construction.
There we go.
So tired of it.
All right, well, there you go. That's Campus Happenings. Thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for checking out our podcast. Listen bi-weekly, every Friday morning, I should say. And thanks for listening. Have a good 2 weeks. Peace.